All right, hello everyone. We are back. Hole number 9 here. And you can see how I have my bag set up. I never reset my bag. It really doesn't matter for the most part. There's nothing where length is really going to be an issue, but I'm just going to reset my bag just so I don't forget at a later period of time. But, length isn't going to be the issue. If I had to play those on this hole, it wouldn't be a problem. More so than anything, I'm assuming an expert. I really feel that going for this green is kind of the best way. Pointing it at the green is what I mean by that. You're not going to obviously get on the green, but going over in this general direction, in my opinion, if you're in the rough, if you can find the rough over there, it's going to be easier than this sniper wood from the fairway. So that's one of the biggest reasons that, especially with the side, it's straight side wind. It's just going to be a brutal, and the fairway, it's just so bumpy over on that left-hand side. So avoiding that altogether, I'm just looking at, collectively, when I think about my Tour 11 holeouts on this hole, when the wind's high, kind of like expert. And I'm almost positive anytime that I've pointed to the right fairway and went for the pitch, my hole out rate goes up. So I'm kind of using that logic. And here you can see I did get quite the wind. I could probably, start to, just kind of point this and try to get this to go up through the gap there. It's only 13. I don't think that's enough. I think you need to be pushing 14. So here we're just going to lay up, and I am going to hopefully just groove it right in the middle here. I'm going to do it with some landscape curl, kind of aim right in there. And the landscape's just going to kind of, promote the ball back to the right. I haven't missed 2 right yet, so until I do, I'm going to, and now I have. So finally found right enough. So, one of the things that I could do is I could back off on the top, right spin. I could have just straight top spun that. One of the things that's good about missing right is we're going to have a very straight wind. So I do want to bring that to your attention. And that is going to make our pitch, significantly easier. I'm really hoping I don't make this. If I do, I might try to force close the app. Since I'm going second, it would, give me an albatross. I really don't want an albatross. So, but I do want to at least, show you guys this pitch and get you guys in the ballpark in case you do wind up where I do. I do recommend going at it with that curl. Had I hit a perfect ball, I probably would have been A-okay. So let's try to scale this back. That's probably going to be about 3 per ring, maybe 4 per ring, maybe about 4 per ring. I'm not going to play it with backspin. I'm just going to kind of let it kind of gracefully roll out like this, and we're going to play it about just a little bit over 3 rings for our adjustment, maybe 3.5. And I didn't hit a perfect ball anyway, but let's just see what our power was. That'll dictate, and power was perfect. So that is going to be relatively your adjustment. If you have a sniper or anything with 100, anything with 100 accuracy is going to play, very close to, 4 per ring in that bunker. At the long side, and if you do get closer to the front side of it, maybe 5 per ring. But, you can kind of see the way that that's going to play. And it's going to come down to perfect ball timing and also, being precise with your angle. If I can get that angle very dead straight and play that consistently, all things considered, that adjustment that we just used is going to be pretty spot on. So anything with 100 accuracy is going to be very similarly the amount of rings that you need to go there. So in the event that you guys find yourself in a similar spot, you can essentially rely on my ring adjustment, which I used was, pushing right around 4 per ring, a little bit under. But, all things considered, just to kind of keep it simple, 4 per ring, maybe with just a little, since I had a berserker ball on, just a little half over adjustment just to kind of account for the rings expanding, those second, third, and fourth bounces. So good luck there, guys. I can really anticipate some low numbers going. I mean, when I look at the first 5 holes, I think they're all manageable to get. And with the addition of even picking up a double stroke on hole 4 with the possible ace, just looking at those holes in general, you're going to see the possibility for some really low numbers. So I wouldn't expect them to be, very out of the ordinary if you do see them. This setup this is one of the easiest that I've seen in quite some time for an expert tournament. It's really reminiscent of back when we had California Classic. That ranks up there as, possibly the easiest tournament we ever had, and this one is, in my opinion, right there with it. So there's going to be some low scores. You want to make sure that you're at the, especially if you want to win a bracket, at least 30, because I'm looking at the stock score and I think it's minus 28. So that's with making nothing. And that brings us to another point. If you don't have, a POC 6, a POC 7, to where you could virtually guarantee. So I've made one almost every time. I mean, it's a virtual slam dunk guarantee. So, if it's almost a guarantee for me, just think about all the other players. There's, dozens and dozens of other guys who are going to have accounts, multiple accounts, who also are going to be getting that, like, just left and right. So you're going to be looking at low scores. At least minus 14 is the stock round, in my opinion. And it's possible to have a putt on 5 as well. So, that would push it to minus 15. And all you need isn't a POC 6. So, if you're playing with a POC 4, POC 5, don't expect the world, but, I did the best that I could to at least give you, some par 3s that you can ace, some par 4s where you can get the hole out, like hole 7, and hopefully you can make up some ground that way, because, like I said, if you're not in the 30s or right at 30, finishing top 3, I would not say is going to be a guarantee. So, keep that in mind when you're deciding on which bracket to play. Because, in my opinion, I'm half tempted with, I have an account with a POC 5. I'm, half tempted just to throw it in Masters, because staying an expert, like, I'm really going to put a lot of pressure on my hole. Like, I'm going to need to hold out just to keep up with these guys. So, for that reason alone, it's primed, ready for Masters anyway. I mean, I have it a POC 5, so it's not really the end of the world, but it's just something to consider. The guys in Master, it's going to be more of a fair setup where, 13, 14 under is going to be, very, very, very good, solid score, and anything lower is going to, really just almost guarantee a win. So, and that's not going to be the truth for expert. There's always going to be that fear that somebody could just go and just, make 5 shots on aside here. So keep that in mind, and be on the lookout for future guides. I'll have some kind of content for you guys tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. And see you guys soon.